The greatest clash in history: traditional worshippers versus born-again believers. This was the greatest clash in history between traditional worshippers and a Christian sect popularly known as born-again believers. It was a demonstration of powers, spiritual powers, diabolical powers, magical powers, and spiritual authorities. The traditionalists were defending the sanctity of the Muo masquerade. The oldest cult in Igbo land is the masquerade cult, and its mysteries are known only to the initiated. The cult is exclusively for men, and only on very rare and special occasions can a woman be initiated, usually when she has entered menopause and has been tested and trusted by the elders as someone who can keep secrets. Such women are eventually bestowed with the title, Masquerade Mother. Anyone who reveals the secrets of the cult is seen as someone who has killed the masquerade. That person would be tried by the elders, the masquerades, witch doctors, and the youth. If found guilty, the penalty is death, executed by spiritual spells and arrows cast by the witch doctors, resulting in instant death. Only one woman, known as Apunavu, survived such a trial in the 16th century. Her story will be told on this channel in subsequent episodes. Please subscribe, like, and send your messages. Umunia, a land of two faiths. Umunia is a religious town, deeply rooted in both traditionalism and Christianity. It is surrounded by towns such as Okuzu, Obunike, Enteje, Ifatadunu, Umudioka, and Enkwel Azunaka. It is a typical Igbo society where the Muo masquerade is revered, and its activities are shrouded in mystery. The born-again believers were a Christian group passionate about converting everyone, especially pagan worshippers, to Christianity. They held crusades regularly. They also possessed a spiritual mystery that the villagers could not decode, speaking in tongues, a language unknown to the local people. On Easter Friday in 1982, the born-again believers were preparing for a crusade scheduled to begin that evening at a foremarket. By 5 p.m., the musicians had already begun playing worship and praise songs. After the music, the drama team was invited to perform a play. Among them was a woman in a black costume with a tail dangling at her back, representing the devil, while others wore masks symbolizing demons. As soon as the performance began, the same youths who were dancing moments earlier began shouting, "No, no. We cannot tolerate this. This is a taboo and sacrilege on our land." Immediately, they started singing war songs. Within 20 minutes, masquerades from various parts of the town began gathering at the market square. The elders were so emotional that they cried uncontrollably, saying that what happened during the days of Apunavu was repeating itself. The youths and some masquerades stormed the stage, beat the performers, destroyed all the musical equipment, and set the stage ablaze. Chaos erupted. The night of terror. By 9 p.m., the town square was filled with people, masquerades both good and bad, armed with pots of concoctions. From there, they marched to the homes of the born-again believers, intending to wipe them out. Their houses, vehicles, and household property were burned. An elderly woman in her 70s, unaware of the unfolding events, was caught by the rampaging crowd. The deadliest masquerade, known for his powerful charms, commanded the woman to embrace him, a ritual believed to cause instant death. The woman refused. As the masquerade tried to force her, he suddenly fell, became paralyzed, and died on the spot. They concluded she must be wearing an American magic ring. The next morning, emissaries were sent to neighboring towns, inviting them to assemble their most revered and deadly masquerades in Umunia. They claimed the secrets of the masquerade had been exposed by a group known as believers. The Day of Vengeance. On the appointed day, masquerades arrived from as far as Aba, Abagana, Okuzu, Obunike, Enteje, Ifatadunu, Umudioka, and Enkwel. Some of them looked like demons. Their smell was worse than rotten eggs, some smoked from their buttocks, and one had bees swarming around his head. A 12-year-old boy accidentally touched one of the masquerades. Scabs broke out all over his body, and he scratched uncontrollably until he died. From the square, the masquerades proceeded to the born-again believers' worship center. There, they released charms and spells to make the place spiritually desolate. They performed incantations, buried deadly charms inside and outside the church, and sealed it with palm fronds, warning that anyone who entered would die. The goat incident. The following morning, a man whose house shared a boundary with the church noticed that his goat had broken loose and crossed over into the sealed compound. Aware of the danger, he rushed to retrieve it. Unfortunately, as he crossed the boundary, he fell, foamed at the mouth, and died shortly after. Later that year, in October 1982, the Igwe of the community, a good and neutral man, reprimanded the natives for taking the law into their own hands. The case was eventually settled. Victory for the believers. The believers began preparing to return to their church. The traditionalists sent a message warning them not to enter the compound until it had been cleansed, to protect them from the deadly charms. The following Saturday, the born-again believers gathered and prayed at the entrance of the church. Then they entered, dug up the buried charms, including a monkey's head wrapped in red cloth, a dead dried vulture in a clay pot, and a human effigy pierced with nails. After the cleansing, none of them experienced any harm. As they excited, they sang, "Greater than, there is power, power, wonder-working power in the blood of Jesus." Some observers whispered among themselves, saying it was the power of the American ring. But a young believer overheard and declared, "Greater than, this is not the power of an American magic ring, but Jesus' superpower. If you were waiting for us to drop dead, you'll be disappointed. Greater is he that is in us than he that is in the world." Many in the town gave their lives to Christ after this event. Legacy. These same believers went on to produce renowned ministers of the gospel such as the late Bishop Wilson Uzumigbing, Bishop Paul Nowachuk, Bishop Augustine A. Wodicker, the late Bishop Arthur Nowachuk, and great storyteller and gospel singer evangelist Obi Abidigbo.
Please like and subscribe. Share our thoughts in the comment section.